Okay, so you've decided to make the move to Massachusetts, but now you have to deal with our winters. Well, don't worry, here are 10 tips to survive the Massachusetts winters. What's going on? I'm Sebastian Roy, your host and Massachusetts Realtor. My goal is to make the move to or from Massachusetts as seamless as possible for my clients. So if you or anyone you know is planning a move, please reach out to me because I would love to guide them through that process. Alright, so let's get into it. And make sure you stick around to the end for number 10 because it's very important. First and foremost, tip number 1 is to expect the unexpected. Massachusetts weather is notoriously unpredictable. I mean, that's why there's a saying around here that if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. Now, I'm not going to lie, that's a bit far-fetched, but the point is, just be ready for sudden swings in the weather. For instance, sometimes it's in the single digits and we have a foot of snow. Then a couple days later, it could be 40 or 50 degrees out. Like right now, it's about 40 degrees and it's actually been raining about 2 days. It just stopped probably about half an hour ago. And another tip I would recommend is keeping an extra layer of clothes in your car and keep an umbrella in there so you'll be prepared for sudden changes in the weather. Tip number 2 is also very important if you have a vehicle. And that's to make sure you keep good condition snow tires on your car, or if you have a 4-wheel drive SUV or a truck, all-season tires will probably do. But either way, make sure you keep them in good condition and you replace them often, even if you feel like you can get another season out of them. Trust me, if you've never driven in snow before, bald tires can get you into a lot of trouble very quickly, so do yourself a favor and just get some new ones. Tip number 3 is to prep for snow cleaning. Whether you do the snow removal yourself or you have someone else do it, having a reliable snowblower or snow removal company on call will make your life much more enjoyable. If you are planning that just a shovel or two would be enough to do the job, I would suggest thinking again. I mean, sometimes you can get away with shoveling if there's not much snow, but I'll tell you that throughout my life, the past 25 years here in Mass, during the storms, my snowblower has become like my best friend. And having a garage or a carport will definitely save you from plenty of early mornings spent cleaning off your car, so that may be something you want to consider when you're searching for a home. Tip number 4 is to dress in several layers when you're outdoors. If you're using public transportation, you'll be spending a lot of time outside, so having a pair of thermals under your clothes will keep you much warmer. And as far as coats go, you should get something that's good quality. Don't compromise on warmth, so cotton is probably not your best bet, but wool blended coats are much warmer, and they also retain their heat more if they get wet. Or if you want to even go one step up from that, you can opt for waterproof insulated coats to make sure they stay dry even if it rains or snows out. And finally, waterproof non-slip boots are a must for the snowy and slushy sidewalks and roadways. Tip number 5 is one that took me a few years to figure out, and that's to wear a lightweight pair of touchscreen gloves under your main pair in freezing temperatures, so that way you can still answer the phone or send a quick text without your hands going numb. So having touchscreen gloves is a great idea nowadays. Tip number 6 is pretty much a requirement for vehicle owners, and that is to buy the wiper fluid that doesn't freeze. I feel like this is pretty common sense, but believe it or not, it does happen to some people. So just spend the extra few bucks right away and get the higher quality wiper fluid and prevent a potential car accident from happening. Tip number 7 is to combat the winter darkness. Here in Massachusetts, our sunsets occur anywhere between 4:30 and 5:30 p.m. throughout the wintertime, so just know that going in. I really wish we would stop changing the clocks back and forth like many other parts of the country, because not only would we have more daylight, but it's also much healthier for us. But that's a complete other discussion. But my suggestion is to exercise frequently and maybe boost your vitamin D levels to keep yourself healthy and to avoid depression. This is very important to me because it's so easy to sit inside all day and do nothing because of the cold and because it gets dark so early. And this leads us to tip number 8, which is to embrace outdoor activities. Even though it may be tempting, don't let the cold keep you indoors. There's plenty of fun things to do outside in Massachusetts when there's snow. From skiing to ice skating or snowshoeing, ice fishing, and snowmobiling, There's an outdoor hobby for pretty much everyone, so just find the one that resonates with you. Tip number 9 is to socialize despite the cold. Many areas put on winter events, whether it's ice castles, brewfests, skating, or ice fishing tournaments. There's many opportunities to socialize even in the cold, so don't fall into winter hibernation and go out and meet some new friends. And finally, and maybe most importantly, tip number 10 is to prevent your water pipes from freezing. This is a crucial one for homeowners, so make sure you keep the temperature warm enough in any rooms you're not using to prevent the pipes from freezing, and make sure they're all well insulated. Also, in the really cold days, you can let the faucets drip outside so that way it can prevent freezing. Alright, well there's my 10 tips to help you stay alive and survive the Massachusetts winters. I hope this video helped out, and I look forward to hearing about your experiences. Please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next week.